What's happening, people? Welcome to March 8th. This is the Kris The Critic show. I'm Kris. This lovely woman to my right, your left, is Gina B. And the handsome man at the end needs no introduction. Here in Chicago, my man Don. How you doing today, brother?
I'm all right, Kris.
Thank you for joining us on the show.
No problem,
For those who are just joining Kris The Critic for a while, I've been gone for a few months.
Yes.
Your boy made an automatic run. It was not as successful as I would have liked. However, that has brought me back to you. So, as always, I'm here for the people. Today's topic, y'all know we are here to educate, to entertain, and to make people's love life a little bit better.
Also,
Go ahead.
can I just interject something? It's
Sure, interrupt my
International Women's
monologue.
Day. It's International Women's Day. So therefore you should celebrate any women in your life.
I did not know that. Thank you very
Sure
much.
is.
Let me be quiet. That's why you get a co-host smarter than you. If you ever get a show on your own, make sure the person sitting by you is a little bit smarter than you.
So celebrate women?
The title of this show is called The Long Road to the Altar. So this, make no mistake, this is a show for men and women who hope to tie the knot. I know all of you don't. Take some notes for your friends if that's you. All right. But some of us do. Now, this group is really fitting because we have Gina B.
Yes.
You are not married.
I'm not married.
But you are engaged.
But I am engaged.
So she will soon be married. Don, you've recently gotten married.
Yes.
How long have you been married?
7 months.
7 months
you're
into the game.
newlywed.
Yes.
You hadn't made it to the 2-year mark. We'll talk about that later. It's a whole other show.
Okay.
And I'm a veteran in the game. I'll be going on 15 years. So you see this from different periods. You see it from men, from women. And we do want you to chime in. We have some technical difficulties. I don't know how we do that, but I'm sure Gina B will find it if you leave a comment somewhere. So
I'm going to try.
and this is a good time for the show. It's actually mating season. Did you know that?
We're still
No, I
in
didn't
mating
know that.
season or cuffing season?
It's mating season if you are a gray fox, a raccoon, a striped skunk, a mink, and the eastern cottontail.
What if you were none of the above?
If you're none of the above, it's always mating season for
It's
humans.
just right. Okay, there we go.
So why this title?
Yeah, why?
Because this show likes helping folks in a nice way get their love life in order. Because as I hear it on these streets, it ain't all good out there with all y'all. A lot of folks ain't happy. A lot of folks want to be married. They say the sand ain't at the beach. They say it's just rocks and dirty dirt and dirty water, pee in the
And
swimming pool.
syringes.
It's just horrible. But
Seaweed.
this show is for those who seek a happily ever after. Now, I do have a disclaimer. This show is strictly for entertainment purposes only. Any offense towards anybody, any particular group, it's purely an accident, and I apologize in advance.
Who are you planning to offend?
Just the Feminati could come after me. The alphabet folks could come after me.
Okay.
The folks who shall remain nameless. They messed up my fantasy season by messing up Kyrie's year. I don't want to offend any of those folks.
Okay.
All right. So without further ado, Gina B,
Yes.
you are the prettiest person of us three.
Are you sweet?
Why do you think, and I'll give us some examples. You tell us where we're going to start. Why is there a delay for men and women finding love? Is it, I've heard everything from too many brothers in jail, sisters can't find folks on their level. Shout out to black women. Y'all are the highest educated group around.
International Women's Day.
A lot of guys say, these chicks ain't that pumping no more. They don't look like they used to. They have to still, it is what it is. Men are visual creatures. I'll just tell you what they told me. Brothers don't make enough dough.
I think people don't really understand what partnership is supposed to be.
Uh-huh.
And it's not about looks always. I mean, that's where you get them, but that's not the reason why people tend to stay. I think people have unrealistic expectations of partnerships.
So you're going to have to speak louder for the people.
Oh, I think people have unrealistic expectations of partnerships.
So why do you think Because you think that just happened?
No, I don't think that just happens. I think that people don't evaluate partners correctly.
Well, what has happened? I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how we got here. My parents got married really young, right? I didn't get married until I was 37. I was avoiding people. And admittedly, I was an 8th degree retired Jedi Knight level player, right? It's fun out there. Just giving it away. Why get married? They had all the money.
Well, marriage used to be, and for some people probably still is a financial construct, right? So a financial construct.
She uses big words like that, by
those
the way.
aren't big words.
It was pretty big to me.
It was not a big word. So by that I mean, when you think about people like parents got married young, it was advantageous for the woman to be married because she wasn't maybe, I mean, your mother's different because she's entrepreneurial and she's a business-minded woman. A lot of women were getting married because they wanted to find a good partner who could provide for them. They were making a lot of money. They wanted to have kids, and it was a whole package deal. Now the women are making more money and we are more self-sufficient. We are a little pickier about who we partner with.
So let me get this right. So you're saying that because women have their own money, they're pickier. Now, I hate to sound like a chauvinist, but I'm going to ask.
But you're going to anyway, because that's how you roll.
I'm going to ask the question.
Yeah, let it rip.
Don, you can answer this.
Yeah, let's.
I think men are okay with making more money than women.
Those are the ones who are making money.
I'm just saying in general, but throughout
the
course of history until recently.
But now we have a new class.
Women have gladly spent up his money.
The more the merrier.
Exactly. But now they don't. But now, wait a minute. Was it a problem? When she had nothing and he had all the bread, men just didn't go around saying.
Well, she was also taking care of the kids, and she had a job. She had a role. If we're talking about a traditional household where the woman didn't work, the man worked, the woman take care of it. You know what I mean?
But
so what about
everybody's
now?
holding it down.
What about now? Do we gonna share the responsibility that go on in the house? I I see men that spend more time with the children than women.
That's true.
I mean,
should he be paying more?
No, but what I'm saying is, if we're looking at the traditional partnership method, right? Like he said that his parents got married early, then that was the structure, right? Okay, so now what I said earlier was that there's a new class of men. They don't necessarily think they have to do anything. There's so many men that are like, I need. I thought
5 minutes ago we said the women now make more money.
They do.
So men have been the same simple creatures throughout the beginning of time.
Yeah, we're real simple.
We're real simple
to the point.
Okay.
We're physical beings.
Okay, so you just got married.
Yes.
Okay. Was this your first marriage?
No.
Okay, so you've been married twice.
Yes.
And so what made you decide to get married again?
You know what made me decide to do it again is this is my friend. This woman I decided I just couldn't live without.
Okay, she's a homely lover friend or wife. Well,
yes, I couldn't live without her, so I made her my wife.
Okay,
she added that much more to my life, so I decided, let me do it again. I mean, in this time, I'm a little more seasoned than I was before. Even though I didn't get married young the first time.
Okay.
I was 30.
Okay.
The first time, and I'm a little more seasoned, 21
and so
years later.
Why did you get married the first time?
The first time, there was a whole bunch of stuff involved in the first time. First time, my mother passed away.
Okay.
And before she died, she's like, hey, I'm tired of you messing around with all these different women. You need to settle down.
Her dying wish is kick the hose out.
Yeah. I wasn't a nice guy, but I did my thing. But somebody that was in my corner. I've never had a relationship with anyone that wasn't my friend first.
Okay.
So
it
was like at the time that was right for me, and we outgrew each other.
Okay.
So now I'm seasoned, 50. I'm 50 plus man.
Right.
So
you don't know.
Yeah, with you. We went to school together.
I'm not.
Yeah. Same age, graduated.
So wait a minute, Gina, wait a minute. Let's stick to top. So why do you think both of you that right now, because you told me you were unseasoned, but what do you think the reason there's so many couples are that haven't found each other? And really, if I'm being clear, at least in the African American community, most dudes that I see that want to be married They get married. They married. But I see a lot of women saying they can't find brothers.
There's a lot of women that can't find men. You were right. I have single friends.
So what's the hold up? They sleeping with them still having babies with them.
Well,
they there.
Hello.
Well, you know, a lot of men are
church.
They're sleeping with them. There's a lot of.
So there are men there.
Free range penis out there. Let's just say.
So there are men there.
There's a bunch of wild cooch out there.
Too. There's wild cooch, but there's also a lot of free range penis. So let's be clear.
I'm just trying to figure out if I see people with each other, but I don't see them getting married.
The people who are available are the people that they want to marry. Like people ask me all the time. Like,
that's a good point. Let me say that again so I can marinate on it. The people
who are available aren't the people that they want to marry.
But they're sleeping with them.
Because they're gotta sleep with somebody, I
guess. Therein lies the problem.
Yeah.
I don't want a woman sleeping around with everybody.
Hello.
I'm gonna give y'all some tips at the end, but I'm just saying. Look, Kay Allen.
Oh, our friend.
We can actually see some. Karen, listen. We had some technical difficulties, people. If y'all saw me on my phone, we actually had to go to YouTube, put that over on Facebook.
It's been
Let me know if y'all figured it out. Karen, let me know what issues there are, and then I'll continue the show.
Karen's die hard.
Here's what I think.
What do you think?
It's a theory.
Mm-hmm.
I think men, because we're used to being the one who chases, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I was 10, I may have liked this girl in class, but she liked him. Now, or I might like a certain type. I never said, I'm just gonna wait until that particular type. I went and got who liked me. When I was 17, I found out a lot of women like guys with a car. I did not say, you know what? I'm just gonna stand firm for the women who like me without a car. No, my ass went and got a part-time job, saved up money so I can get a car. Yeah, we gonna acquiesce to what the other side wants. And I see a lot of women saying, not all of y'all, but a lot of women say, well, that's what I want.
That's because you were coochie motivated.
I want 6'4". I want him to have a degree. He got to make $150,000. And I'm always scratching my head thinking, 6'4", $150,000. He sounds like he's well sought after. Does he want you?
And what do you bring into the table?
And he does. And by the way, ladies, he does not care if you have a degree. I care not about a degree. A CEO of Marriott broke Halle Berry in a minute.
Yeah. And she can be working the fries.
So what?
That's
why they're not meeting. Is because we go after, we find out what y'all like. Now we might be simple and slow, but we find out what y'all like. And we're gonna go become that.
Yeah.
Women will find out what you like to say, but no, so what? I'm just gonna be this.
Yeah, there's, but there are women who decide they're going to make themselves as attractive as possible. There are a whole host of women that feel
they're what?
They feel the way that you just mentioned, where there's like, I don't understand why they rate themselves as men would rate themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand why he doesn't like me. I've got a degree. I've got a great job. I've got a house. It's like, that's all fine and well if you're a guy.
Like a guy sat around and is like, man, look at her. She got a degree. I'm about to step. No, you better have a pretty face and some nice cheeks.
Well,
then I'm stepping.
And when you do things like that as a woman, when you say, I don't know why he doesn't have a good job, you're basically inviting someone who wants a sugar mama.
Yeah,
you're chumming the waters.
And a man, and a guy who's sort of
depending on what kind of dude it is. I mean, like,
well, somebody who wants a sugar mama.
If I ain't got nothing off and I'm fresh out the pen or something like that, then I might look for a sugar mama.
Right, but that's rare. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Or I'm just, I don't have my shit together. I mean, stuff together. You know what I'm saying?
You can say shit here.
You can say shit
here. You can curse. This is a cursing show.
You should have let me know that. You know, I'm tyrants around here. But
you
anyway,
can do it. You can drop F-bombs all day if you like.
You ain't got. You don't have your stuff together. Yeah, you're gonna want somebody to take care. Or you was a dude grew up with your mama's titty in your mouth. You know, you want somebody to take care of you like your mama. You got to understand that the majority of the things that we do, like boys look for women similar to their mom. You know what I'm saying? Then you got to understand how he was raised, that he wanted a sugar mama. He got to have been taken care of his whole life. I mean, nowadays these little boys are kept by their mamas.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
There's a lot of them.
So they creating them.
Yeah, I'm scared to see how this might turn out later. Ain't nobody gonna get married. You ruin the
because you're married to your mama.
Yeah, you ruin the whole concept of being married, especially if you give nobody something to aspire to. Then what is there? What can you offer him? Like now, you got these girls that they didn't mess with this guy, that guy, this guy, that guy, got babies by 3-4 people, and then you step to a motherfucker, he tried to talk to you when you had no damn kids,
and wonder why he doesn't want to marry.
And you wonder why he didn't want to marry.
Because the other 3 dudes didn't.
Why you want me to marry? Yeah. Why can't we just sleep around
for all these babies?
Why can't we just sleep around like the other motherfucker? That's just how that shit go. I mean, it's just like you trying to prepare yourself for a career or a job. You get in that lane, you stay in that lane. If that's what you want for yourself, then you have to make yourself marketable to these people.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Men or women. I'm not gonna say men don't have to do the same thing. Hey, dude, you want to make yourself presentable for a woman?
But I think we know that by getting shot down a lot. You know,
that get you right.
That get you right.
Gotta get you right. You gotta get shot down.
I never shot down.
They gotta say,
but I never
you can't be a player unless you've been played.
Right. I never see a guy saying, because you've heard women say this. At least I have. I haven't been on a date in 2 years. I haven't had sex in a year. I've never heard a guy say that.
They're just not admitting to it.
No. But here's why. He might shoot starting here, but he's gonna keep pegging down till he's sleeping with a chick with one leg and a kickstand. We're not gonna go without.
And the other thing in that
we're not gonna go without
is men leave the house hunting,
right?
Trying to get laid. A woman can come out and get some. It ain't no problem. Anybody.
Now we can't speak to the quality of.
I ain't talking about the quality. I'm just talking about the act.
I'm
just talking about the act. We gotta hunt. We gotta hunt every day. You go out the house. When you single, you hunt.
Unfortunately, that won't help them get to the altar.
No, that will not help them get to the altar.
We will tell you that it will, because when we're in front of you, we say everything. We say all the right stuff. Baby, please, I love you, baby, please. But when you go, we like,
you're just getting some random peen at that point.
Yeah, you're random. But when you have your mindset as a man that is what you're gonna do, or we don't go out and look for no wife. But when you spending time with her, you spending time when you hanging. I mean, like 2 months into me dating my wife, I told her mother I was gonna take off her hands.
Okay, well, but okay.
But look, this the caveat.
What's the caveat?
Took 9 years.
Okay.
But I mean, I had to clear the plate. I had to clean my slate because I was married before, and I didn't want
that's a show in itself.
No old bills to come her way. Like I had to make sure I made sure my ex-wife was paid out so she wouldn't be in my pension. So that
y'all like that, didn't y'all? See, these guys are out here.
Wouldn't have these problems. You know what I'm saying?
No, but a lot. Okay, so you both have single friends,
right?
And of your single friends,
sure,
how many of them are dating for marriage?
Maybe a couple, a smaller percentage.
What's the percentage?
A smaller percentage.
So 10%?
0.5.
Right. But here's why. Because men react to what women do. Remember I said, we try to shoot at everybody. Eventually, we're going to like who likes us. If you don't, I hate to sound like an old school person, why buy the cow if everybody giving away the milk for free?
So basically, if you're getting a lot of ass.
Or not only that, women doing their laundry, they taking care of them, they taking them out to eat, they acting like wives without any commitment being given to them.
So they're auditioning.
They're not auditioning.
Or they're just doing shit.
They're just living and letting them people take care of them. They're being the spoiled people that they are.
And why do you think women are allowing men to behave? Or
because they haven't watched the Kris The Critic show.
Okay.
Well, here's what. Yeah. I know I'm a guy saying this, but I'm gonna tell you this. And this, y'all know I do a little research. All right.
Kris got a list.
So, the question is, do black women have realistic dating expectations? Now, I'm going to give everybody out at home chance to weigh in. Backtrack. So, this dating service, they like to call themselves heart hunters versus like head hunters. So they've had white women, white men, black men. But they've noticed with black women, and sisters, correct me if I'm wrong. Remember, I'm saying this out of love, but we're doing this. Sometimes you got to get through some pain to get some healing. So they have a long list, and we'll use what I said. 6'4", PhD, never married, no children, in his early 30s or 40s, maybe no kids. And then again, they will ask, what are you bringing to the table? And then the answer, and these are, by the way, these two heart hunters are two black women. This is the Essence magazine, if anybody wants to check it out. They said the answer is nowhere near all of that. So why? And they're thinking, why would you expect someone to have more than you're offering?
Okay.
And I'm always wondering, because that's how I see it, but it sounds different coming from a man. But I was pleasantly surprised to see it. So, because I'm always like, if you've been trying it the same way all this time and it ain't working, you're doing some shit wrong.
Try something new.
So I think marriages happen. Because I've never seen anybody married 50 years saying I married because he had that money. They ain't stay married because one of them was pretty or they had some money. These things called values that we don't look at because everybody is just conditioned to, well, I want a chick to look like one of the Real Housewives and I want a man with Jay-Z money. And that's what I deserve.
Well, you got to look for character. You've got to look for, I mean,
there's and that's what they said. So they took away these people's list. They said, just trust us. We're going to slide this list of things you want away. Let's talk about things you need in a marriage. If you need trust, if you need loyalty, you need someone's dependable. Now, then they try these dates out. They start setting them out on their needs list and notice that they were pleasantly surprised.
Okay.
Because I know we all want something that we ain't got.
Right.
We think we want it. Right. But I think people need to be realistic with themselves, men and women. And you do have a lot of men out here who are just
a whole lot of men
butt-ass mad at the world. Because I personally think a lot of men are starting to act like women. A lot of women acting like men. There's a lot of men out there crying and whining.
There's a lot of combining.
There's a lot of role reversal.
Yeah, and there's a lot of women. They too damn loud. I'm like, I can't even listen to you. Damn, they bury your ass.
Too loud.
They combative by the mouth. It is what it is. Jake,
you're about 80 years old.
I gotta ask the producer. Jake, don't you see? You see, there's a lot of women out there just angry at the world. Yes or no?
I think a lot of people are angry at the world.
Right, but and true to that point, there are a lot of people. This long road to the altar is not confined to black folk. It's happening with other races, but it's over-indexing with black folk.
Well, or that's the world we live in, so that's what we see.
No, that's what it is.
You think that's what it is?
I've researched all this, Kris The Critic.
Okay, I'm just making sure that we're being kept honest.
Well, you got to think the way people are meeting people and everything is totally different. We didn't have social media.
Yeah, they
get
just
up in inboxes.
What you think?
Inboxes and stuff, and show up, pop up at somebody, slide on somebody at their spot, and then you introduce yourself and do what you do. But we didn't have that. So the only way you met women is to be out and about.
That's a good point. Do you think it's a lost art because of technology?
It's definitely a lost art. And then it's easy for people to.
That's a good show. Keep talking.
It's easy for people to interrupt the relationship. So you have troubled times, right? In your relationship. Right. It's gonna happen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Growing pains in a relationship. And then this motherfucker, because most women give people the blueprint how to get the pussy. That's just the bottom line. So if you friends with them, they're gonna fucking tell you, hey, I ain't like the way this dude did that. I date this dude. He did this. He did that.
Well, this motherfucker with them first.
But this motherfucker is gonna.
And you sitting there like,
really? Let me write this down. Wait. Let me turn around. Yeah,
is that what you're saying?
Let me turn around and be this knight in shining armor for us. So it makes it easy. Social media and all that shit is the devil. You know what I'm saying? It's the cause, the root of all these people fighting.
Man,
all kind of stupid shit.
It is responsible. It is probably single-handedly responsible for more divorces.
That's because people don't know.
It's almost up there with, it used to be the most divorces were, or people cheating with coworkers.
Yeah.
Right?
You might like a motherfucker page.
But now social
Picture.
media is right up there with coworkers. Probably
Most people
past.
cannot help themselves on social media. People get into all kinds of bullshit they shouldn't get into on social media.
But you gotta admit, like they say,
They're
I ain't
not
land on
first
Plymouth
traps.
Rock and land on
Right.
me. You show your ass, I see the picture.
And this makeup
That does not
sorcery.
mean you need to like click on it, like,
Don't
and then
nobody.
get in the DM.
Maybe I'm just
No,
liking
I ain't
this
getting
picture.
in nobody's
Keep
DM.
on scrolling,
Babe, I'm
nigga.
just
I
liking
ain't,
this
I ain't,
picture.
I ain't,
I'm
I ain't
just
the
liking
Facebook
that.
creep.
Now, if
You know
you
what I'm
see
saying?
somebody at home, man or woman, and they doing this,
Yeah, and they're zooming,
if they're like this,
and they're like,
something's going on. Well, at least they just looking. But and it gives you
Did I
because
just see
everything
cookies?
looks perfect on social media.
Yeah.
All the women look perfect. You seeing all the
They
celebrities.
using all those filters.
You seeing filters. You seeing artificially enhanced body parts.
Yes, sir.
These women, at least for the man part, I get guys like, man, they sending me pictures like, man, this is perfect. I'm like, man. So the regular Joe is thinking, I want something like that.
right. Well, but that doesn't negate the intention of dating, right? Like, so you got to get all the way back. Which is why I asked, what percentage of your friends are actually dating for marriage?
0.5%.
Because I think that a lot of men just slip up and find themselves with wives. I'm not sure.
No, that's
a lot
wrong.
of men. Oh, you think a lot of men
We are risk-averse
intentionally
creatures. You
looking-
know how hard it is for us to say, "Will you marry me?" We listen.
Well, it took him 9 years.
We are.
But it didn't take me 9 years because I didn't want to do it.
Right.
I had other obligations that had to be handled before I got married.
I get that. I'm in a similar scenario.
That wasn't in it. I mean, because
but I'm going.
the obligation had to be handled is so that I have a clean slate when I marry somebody, because she didn't deserve the other things that came.
And so how long? Okay, so 9 years, right?
Right.
And then how soon into that 9 years were you clear?
3 years.
He's like
3 years. It took 3 years from that time.
He's like, I cleared up 6 months. It took 8.5 years. No,
I'm being honest, Chris.
Right,
you know,
right, I got man,
it's 6 years to get out the financial.
Okay, so it took you 6 years to get out of the financial messiness. Okay,
yes.
But then how soon into your relationship were you clear that you wanted to marry that woman?
Because we were living together the whole time.
Okay, but the whole time?
Not the whole time, but I mean, majority of after the things was going on, you can't. I'm the kind of person.
She lived with you.
Yeah, she lived with me. She lived with me for 4. She lived with me like 4 years.
Okay, so you started dating her, or you were friends with her?
I met her and we were friends.
Okay, for how long?
About a year, maybe.
Just friends?
Yeah, just
or
friends.
Just friends with
no hanky panky.
I'm like a judge.
Where
are you going with this, counselor?
We just were friends.
I want to know where you're going with this. I want to know where you're going with this.
Okay, gavel, be quiet. Okay, so you were just friends for a year. Then you started dating.
Yeah.
Okay.
We was going out and everything, hanging out, but we were just friends.
No, when the light switch turned on and you were dating, right? So that was a year into your friendship.
Right.
Okay. So then
a little less than a year.
Okay. And so from then, that's when we're turning on the timer. That's when the clock starts ticking to the marriage. Okay. So when after the year that you started dating, okay, how soon after that timer, that stopwatch went on, did you know that you wanted to actually marry her?
Oh shit. I was on that from the get-go.
So you were intentional about marrying her.
I was intentional.
Okay. So you did date to marry.
I dated to marry. I honestly dated to marry. And I didn't date anyone else.
Let's get some women out here. Let's get some women out here some game. I'll put people. God has had no shortage of finding a date or female companionship. What attributes? Because I like for men and women to hear this. What attributes do you think you made you want to say, you know,
I could marry this one, as opposed to she's my booty call?
Well, she was never my booty call.
Okay, but I'm saying
I'm never clear the edge. She was never the booty call.
Yeah,
she wasn't in that category.
Okay,
move the strike.
Why wasn't she in that?
Move the strike.
No, but I mean, but this is what's going on.
You remind me of my
wife. That's other
this
people.
This is how my wife do my friends at home. I feel like they don't stand. You ain't got an answer. You ain't got no.
We're on a show.
In this case, Gina, we're just going out like She got, I'm late, working late. Hey, you want to stop here? Hey,
But
I
what
ordered you something to
attributes-
eat. It was the attribute was she was caring, she cared and concerned about me.
Right.
She made sure I was straight. You know what I'm saying? Even as a friend, before all that stuff happened, we have a good time.
So that's a
together.
good wife quality.
Yeah, we have conversation. You don't have to be involved in no sex and nothing like that. We have fun. You know what I'm saying?
So
we
you
enjoy
like,
each other's
I'm
company.
helping women out here. So you like talking to her without the sex.
Yes.
But he also,
I mean,
listen
but
to what he's saying.
don't get me wrong though.
I get what you're saying.
I need what I need.
I know what you're saying, right?
But,
All men do, right? I get what you're saying, but I'm just saying.
I'm just saying, if that was taken away, like the basis for which we got together was we were friends, we had fun, we can enjoy each other's company.
Right.
So I can go if say for instance she's sick or I'm sick, I can go without sex because of that.
Right.
But if you take the friendship part away from it and the time we spend away from each other,
then
we have
then
it's a detriment. We have stressful things going on.
Right.
Like you take the communication away and you take away the fact that we don't spend time together, because that's how we spend time together all the time.
Right.
So if you take that from our relationship, it's going to be stressful.
But what you liked about her was that you sensed that she was a caring person, and she proved that, and she had your back, and she looked out for you.
And
so that's a key
I'll
thing.
be willing to say any dude, because I hear this in these streets, and I do this show. I hear a lot of when men do it, women saying what men do, like we still accept. I don't want a woman to do what men do.
Well, we're not talking about people being hoes.
I'm saying we pee on trees. So anytime I hear women say that, I'm like, you nasty if you do what a man do. So my thing is, I know me, I wouldn't have gotten married if I thought we talking about people in general. I know I would not have gotten married, and a lot of men like me would not have if women were doing what you said, community peeing. If I thought that my now significant other was out here just getting with everybody, I don't give a what everybody else is doing, I wouldn't have proposed.
Okay.
That's a problem these days.
I get that. Okay, so let's get beyond the is she fucking everybody?
But that's what men care about.
We physical. That's just how they go.
And that's what we give a fuck about. 100% of it is my point. So you can't just. I mean, you have to have other qualities to make you attractive, right? But let's say that let's just take hoe off the table for a minute.
It's a lot of women out here now who are a little too promiscuous to be marriage
there are
minded.
people
That's what it is.
Fucking out of both draw legs.
And then they're wondering why they can't find a dude to commit. That's a big reason.
That's okay. Let's take it off the table.
Take all the coochie off the table. Everybody is dropping the one knee proposal.
We out.
No. Let's take the coochie off the table. Okay, so what kind of a person is she? Now let's not talk about if she's fucking everybody, because that's not really appropriate here. But you're looking for, if you're dating for marriage, but no, let's just help people out.
No, because I need you to tell the people you can't be out here fucking everybody.
Okay, fine. Let's get over that issue. Okay,
you can't. This is why you got a long road to the altar.
But it's not all about that.
But that's a major reason.
Okay, but let's get off of that issue because it's not helpful to people. Let's talk about the other shit that people should have in order to make them good marriage candidates.
They shouldn't be so loudmouth.
This is an impossible conversation with you because you're a chauvinist.
You got a lot of women that like arguing with your ass.
Okay, so
my mama didn't argue. My dad. I'm just telling you what worked. I ain't saying it's right.
Good friend.
I'm just telling you what worked.
Good friend, like caring person, not argumentative. What are the other qualities that when you see a man who has decided to make a woman his wife, what else does she have? We're trying to help people get to a place where
I would think she would have some sort of business acumen where she can take care of stuff like when you can't. You know what I'm saying?
She can handle business.
She can handle business. You know what I'm saying? Make the phone calls, say what has to be said, and do what you're supposed to do.
How am I looking at this the wrong way?
Because he mentioned it earlier. Usually, men are the ones who pursue and the ones who ask. And I got 3 daughters, and I give them signs of someone who's not interested in marrying. And those people, I think you need to cut bait.
Yes, you do.
If a man is not calling you and trying to plan things for you on a regular, worried about your time, I don't care how busy he is, because men and women, make time for things they want to do. So if he's not doing that, then you should cut bait, right? If he's not introducing you to his friends, if he's coming over just when it's late, ain't nothing you can do. That's how he sees you.
Exactly. But I'm talking about what are the ways for him not to see you as a person.
I'm gonna tell you something. Then I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never had a lasting relationship with any woman where it started out with sex. So motherfuckers got to keep their fucking legs closed. I tried to say that,
but she won't.
I'm being honest with you.
She don't want to hear it.
Because if that was the basis,
I don't want to hear it.
If that was the basis, if that's the basis of our relationship, that's how it's gonna end.
That's 85%
so you have to find the only way to be a wife. It's just
that's not what I said. That's 85%.
I'm not saying not fucking, but you can't start the relationship when these women.
Have a one night stand.
You can't.
I don't care how much we ask
for
like that. How nice we ask.
Yeah,
don't do it
until he qualified.
Don't do it. And I'm telling you, that's 85% of why most of the people ain't married.
So we're not gonna like the whole show doesn't need to be that, right? So we can talk about.
We mean that's what we own. We 85% of that shit.
85% of that. But the other part is, there's other shit. Like, how about
not going to override that.
Okay. Well, that's fine too. But a lot of men get upset with their women because she won't cook. You
can share the cooking responsibility.
I love cooking.
I love men cooking. Don't want to.
Hey, well, this motherfucker is new day and time. You said women are making big money and all that other shit. That's what the fuck
I have a lot of male friends. A lot of my male friends. I have a couple that were like,
all my friends cook.
So
all my homies cook. All my married homies cook.
Listen, then he ain't trying to be married. He ain't trying to be a good team player.
Wait.
They ain't trying to be.
You know what? He's not trying to cook. They're not trying to cook for them. But if he had someone he wanted to be with,
that man in there like Don Luigi,
I'm telling you, he in there like Mr. Crocker,
buddy,
Mr. Betty.
This is my favorite recipe.
We have a lot of comments.
For you.
Do we have a lot of comments, Jake?
Yeah, they just came through.
They just popped all three at the same time, didn't they? What are people saying? I can't.
You say fit that Nessa.
Y'all want to say this shit?
Y'all want to say this shit now? Wait a minute. What's funny is, Beezy, look, you can always
like that, Nessa.
Wait a minute. Again, I don't like anybody to think you ain't never too old to find somebody. It's a lot of love.
Look at all these qualities. Take care of home. Be trusting.
But you can't take care of home.
That's right, Cortez.
You can't take care of home when you're dating someone.
Okay.
Don't take care of that Negro house.
You need to look
Don't do his laundry. Don't do shit.
No, you don't have to look at, but you have to look at what they're doing. Like, I'll tell you what my fiance did. He thought he was being slick, right?
No.
Before we were dating,
it worked.
He decided we were friends for a while. And I had made some soup or something. And so it's like, oh, well, he invited himself over. I'm going to come over in a few minutes if you have extra soup or some shit. And so he just did that. He only did that. He's like, yeah, I wanted to see how you were living. I wanted to catch you,
Nothing wrong with that. I wanted
to catch you, but
make sure you're not nasty.
He wanted but see, that's the whole thing. Like the way she keeps her home would be the way she'd keep your collective home. So you've got to look at that kind of stuff, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So these are qualities.
But that's after you in it with them. You know what I'm saying?
But
then you check that because there's stages to this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's stages to this shit. We got to take one stage at a time.
We're not talking about just meeting them. We're talking about if you're in a stage, because at some point when you're
got friends that's nasty in the motherfucker. The house is horrible looking.
Oh my God.
100%. I'm not. But there are stages to this. So you're right. When you meet a woman, that's one thing. But then when you get to know her and you figure out what is she going to be to you, right? And you kind of figure it out early. And there's that fork in the road where she's either going to be, like a nighttime visit, or she's going to be somebody that I seriously consider.
And that's based on the individual person's needs.
Right.
I don't require much. You know what I'm saying? Because I could do everything. Let me tell you something. Chris, this is the honest to God truth. I can cook for myself. I clean for myself. I pay all my bills. I take care of my children. I take care of the people that's associated with me. You know what I'm saying? Only thing I can't do is fuck myself. You know what I'm saying?
That's the only thing you need a wife for.
I'm not saying that's the only reason why I need a wife.
But
I'm just saying it's not a need, it's a want. But what I'm saying is, when I go to look for a girl, my list ain't as big as the next man's. My list ain't as big as what criteria
and hers shouldn't be either. Make no mistake. Like you said,
I went shopping for what I wanted. And I got what I wanted in my wife.
I was just trying to figure out, like, for people who are looking to get married, how they figure out what to appeal to, besides, of course, keeping their legs shut. Like, if you're a hoe, then that's another problem.
It's not going. Well, I'm not
That's
even saying you're a hoe.
but if you're,
I'll get a date.
if
She
you-
ain't getting no husband.
well, see, this is what I'm saying. You can't
But-
turn a hoe
but-
into
but
a house.
I've had women
But
get
that's
mad
what-
at me because I said, well, if you're looking for a husband, maybe you shouldn't have all these groups of, bars you go to all the time. What are you talking about? You just get chewed out. And I'm like, I'm just trying to tell you. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's fair.
I mean, we don't like men who are hoes either.
With this isn't a, but y'all are still married.
You should.
You know, if you're sprinkling dick all over the city, I don't want to be bothered
You
with
shouldn't,
either.
but I will tell you, they still have babies with them. They still marry them. They don't care.
Yeah, well, but there's a lot of good things in the okay. So in the comments, we have sense of humor. We have, all of these things contribute to a person that you want to keep in your life for a long time.
But if you're talking about why it takes a long time to get to the altar, it's not because you couldn't find somebody funny or someone is not funny.
Well, it's a combination, right? Someone who's, unless you're just a chuckle fucker.
That's funny.
Is it?
What, you always give me what's a chuckle?
It's somebody who will just have sex with someone who because they're hilarious.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's chuckle.
I'm writing that down. I'm using.
Well, women like people because they like the way his swag and where his pants.
Yeah, swag. There are
Shit
people
like
who are
his
attracted to
haircut,
people
his
with
hairstyle.
fashion. But my whole point is that the long road to the altar is a lot of people don't know what to look for.
So that individual needs to make a list
of what they
want,
what they need, not what they want,
need.
what they need.
What they need.
Everybody wants something.
I believe in the list. Look, I wrote a list. I believe in
But most people's list, and I know you all
full
are beautiful
of superficial
people,
things.
they're unrealistic. And,
Yeah.
and then they look at themselves in the mirror. When most
Okay,
people,
let me just
even
put
men
this
too,
over there with Doug.
when people look in the mirror these days, men and women,
Keep it over there.
men and women, when they look in the mirror, how when Simba's little and she's a big ass lion, that's how people look in the mirror. And I'm like, nah, you a little ass, whatever you are.
Yeah.
But I hear men say, man, I can't believe she don't want this and she want all that. The man with some loot. And I'm thinking to myself, well, she fine as hell, dog. And she got her shit together. Why wouldn't she want a motherfucker with somebody? Your ass is broke.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, and that's normal. But so that's on that person. You either have a choice. You can become that which you desire. You can become that object of that person's desire, or you can find somebody that likes you. That's always the choice. But people don't liking who likes them.
No.
I tell a lot of
people.
I tell women and men, if a certain type of person likes you, that's kind of what you are. You're that. Yeah, like who likes you. It works out better.
Yeah, it does.
But when you tell somebody that, they're always like this. Well, he gotta look good, and I always say, so you mean anybody who likes you don't look good? What are you saying about yourself?
There are a lot of times you attract trolls.
But
that doesn't mean
if you're only attracting trolls, you're a troll. If you're only attracting trolls, male or woman,
trolls,
you're a troll. It ain't nothing wrong being.
But I think a lot of people.
I'd rather be a happy troll than to be old ass alone, can't wipe his own ass because he ain't got nobody around.
And periodically, two trolls could have cute kids. I'm just saying that those genetics.
I've seen a bunch of ugly people have pretty kids.
Yeah, and that's true.
Yeah.
But that's the genes come down.
That's the
But man, it's so a rarity.
Yeah, it's a rarity.
It's
rare. But I always say about ugly children, mothers and fathers didn't know each other. They were just fucking.
Yeah.
Wasn't no love.
And they got
involved.
the best personality.
I said they got the best personality. So every ugly person you see, they didn't love it.
Your mom and daddy didn't know each other.
This is not a view of the Kris The Critic show.
Yes, it is. So every time you see an ugly child, you assume
their mom, they didn't know each other. They didn't love each other. They were just bumping uglies. That's why the kid like that. Yeah, ugly kids.
I've never heard.
You ain't put no love into them. You ain't put no love into it.
So but
nobody thinks they're ugly.
So for the women who, for the women who, what I would like for you as a woman, giving woman to woman advice, what would you say are the biggest 2 or 3, nothing elaborate, tips you give to those who want to be married who aren't? And what are some pitfalls to avoid?
Pitfalls are not understanding what, first of all, the right qualities are to look for in a partner or long term. And also having an understanding of what will probably change and what will never change. What you can't if you don't like a person's style, that could probably change. What is not going to change is their character, right? You can't change who a person is. You can't change their reaction to things. You can't change certain tendencies. You can change a lot of superficial things, or you can get used to them or whatever, but they're not important because that will not be the meat of your relationship, and it will definitely not be the foundation of your marriage.
Right.
That's what I'd say.
What about you? Because we got to wrap up a little bit.
Yeah, we got to
No, I got some tips.
Of course you do.
Don't be a hoe.
But basically,
And don't be a hoe.
Basically, I'm guilty of it. You know what I'm saying? You know, overlooking your mates, their feelings and stuff like that. I mean, because the dynamic of the relationship changes a little bit when you get married.
Absolutely.
So there's the expectations you might have and she might have, and the miscommunication can cause problems in the marriage. You know what I'm saying?
You've been reading the cheat sheet.
No.
That's real. Hey, he just dropped the gym, y'all.
It's basically
from the gym, and he don't even know
from experience, because I'm guilty of hurting my wife's feelings.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not intentional. It's just that you know what I'm saying. The lines was crossed because we didn't really talk about it, but it wasn't nothing done intentionally to hurt somebody.
Right.
But you know, you got to understand that the more time you spend with a person, the feelings get deeper and deeper and deeper, and they have expectations of you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you might have expectations of them. So when they're not met on either way, you cross feelings, and sometimes you do stuff just out of spite.
Mm-hmm.
I know I can't help it by virtue of what I do for a living. I believe in 50-50. Everything's 50-50.
I thought he was about to say, because he's law enforcement. You know, we have an argument. She getting cuffed and then beat with a nightstick right there.
But I mean, really, I believe in 50-50, a 50-50 love. Not saying that she has to pay 50% of the bills or nothing like that. But I believe same way I make you happy, I believe you're supposed to do the same thing for me. Like
I call that 100-100.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
We got both be right. We both got to be 100% committed to the relationship that.
I think more men and women need to hear that, and because people go into it, especially, and nothing against people who aren't married, but a lot of people they think, what's in it for me? What's in it for me? And you're gonna find out if you married, you're gonna be giving. You give because you want to give, not because you need them, or not because you're not with them, and they shouldn't be with you because you need them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It should be.
You know my wife, she a gangster.
Yeah.
So, but not with me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She get the feelings come out and everything. So I watch her how she move, and I'm just like, oh, this motherfucker, this, that, and other. As soon as I go be myself, she like, huh? No, you didn't hurt. I said, "Oh, my fault. Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn,
my wife swing stuff right to my nose. You saw cream. I got out of the pocket. Bam, right there.
Hey, how did it feel to get whooped by somebody that ain't 5 feet tall?
You know what I'm saying? I had the nerve to call me short early.
Hello.
Yeah, you were the shortest man. I'm like, wait, hold on. I'm like, at least on a bad day, I'm 10 inches taller than you. But anyway, she gonna text me like, there you go again. I'm gonna get beat again when I get home.
What are your tips?
Here's some tips. Number one, you gotta have mutual respect. I don't care if that man is treating you or that woman is treating you like they don't respect you. It's not going to work long term, especially if you're dating, because things only get intensified if you approaching marriage and when you're married. You need to know how to argue. Every relationship. So when folks say, man, people are unhappily married, I'm like, it's people unhappily single. Single, married, in between. You need to know how to deal with controversy when he is mad. And you got to think, he might do something to make you mad. And he shouldn't be, he might think it's not a big deal, but he should still, if it makes you mad, then the guy should care about it and vice versa.
Right, gotta care about it.
Make time for some romance. I always say that because, as Brother Hoard alluded to, things get, it's not that new and fuzzy feeling fades with women and men. Men don't like to know it, do, but yeah, she get tired. You ain't the new D no more. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So that's why you make time for dating, all that. I tell men and women, if you just date, you get to know somebody. You have to love yourself more than you love the idea of being with somebody. Because the mistake men and women make are trying to force something that ain't working. You see that flags early on, you need to walk the fuck away.
That's what I say.
Yeah, it's hard to do.
Yeah.
I mean, I
just got to see the flags early enough before you're too emotionally invested.
And I know women or men, man, I've been with some, they nice looking, she nice looking, he nice looking. We've been together a year. cut bait. Shit, if it ain't working, you got to go, or it just won't work. Because you see a lot of people. I've been dating this person all these years. It led nowhere. You bitter. You mad at yourself. Give him or her some space, and then you got to know what's the word? Their love language. Ain't that how they say that?
Yeah.
So
that's the hard part.
If they
take the quiz, you figure it out.
Or you got to search for it.
You do. I mean, you can
search.
search.
I'm a talkative person. I need this, that, and the other. But some people.
Where's the quiz?
It's online. There's a love languages quiz.
Get out of here, Gina B. You're so knowledgeable.
There is.
Thank you for being.
People take it all the time.
I know what mine is. Mine physical.
We got to wrap up, but I got to say this real quick. First off, we had some technical difficulties, and I didn't like it. So we got to bring Don back fairly soon. It's going to be a different subject. I hate feeling like we rushed. I hate feeling like I cheated y'all out of time. I didn't get to read the comments. So I need a mulligan on this. That means I need a do-over.
Oh, yeah, we coming back. We coming back.
I hadn't been here a while. Y'all want to know the truth? I couldn't remember my Facebook password so they can link everything up. And we had to do some old crazy stuff, and it didn't work. But I want to thank you all for coming. I do know a lot of folks look at this show after that. I'm thanking y'all in advance, even though y'all wasn't here live, and I like that. But, Don, thank you for joining the show.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. And even though you've been all on these other shows since I've been gone, you part of the Kris The Critic show.
Can you hear my eyes rolling?
You have a shot with me after this, man. Whatever. It is what it is. Jake is a little younger than us and don't like all this old people marriage talk. He wants to know when I'm having the strippers in the studio. Jake, I had the strippers in the studio next week. Anyway, people, we out of here. I'd like to thank you for joining. Kris The Critic, Gina B, our special guest, Don. We out of here like last year. We'll see y'all next week, Wednesday, 6 p.m. sharp. Peace and love.